I think one of my fondest memories of Wilco has been the people, and I don't really think I can name one, because the people are why I stay.
I see myself, as we call in the warehouse, a lifer. I started with Wilco. I will continue working for Wilco for as long as I can.
My wife still just is amazed that when I get up, I just want to go to work every day. And she doesn't quite get that, because there's a lot of stresses that we have. And when you really realize that, I want to go to work every day, as opposed to, I just don't feel like going to work. You got a unique job, and you work with people that are really like-minded and have the same goals. And that's pretty special to me.
When I talk about Wilco to other people, I talk about the community services they do, because there are so many different things in Staten, like the Sandy Am Rodeo, which is big. They support that, the Sublimity Harvest Fest. And I see them supporting a lot of community different activities, and that's very important.
Management and staff are all become friends, and kind of all went through birth and babies and losing parents, and just kind of all the cycles of life, I guess, all kind of happen.
It is about those core values. It is about living those, and when it fits, then it's easy to stay. I'm here 22 years. That is well past times for a typical CEO. I don't want to leave.
When I go out and deliver oil, fuel, I'm dealing directly with the owner of the business. And I have to say that they're the best people in the world to work with, and I appreciate and have developed some great bonds with those customers.
We know that we're working for an entity that cares about its employees, and we also know that they stress customer satisfaction, and customers and the employees are our #1 asset. So we have to work as a team. We have to enjoy what we're doing, and I stress to that, let's make it a fun job.
Change here is a way of life, where many areas of the country just are amazed and baffled at how our Oregon agriculture even works. I think the challenge with any company is that it's real easy to get into the routine of business and not work effectively on the business, so that you stay engaged with the customer and the owner the way agriculture changes.
When I was growing up, we grew strawberries, cucumbers, zucchini. We had harvest crews of 150 people out here. We're struggling to get 12 now.
I grow apples, peaches, and pears. And I'm kind of an orphan child. There isn't a lot of, at least peaches for sure, grown in the valley. And we just get more and more regulations, and they're just little regulations, but they keep picking at you all the time.
The hazelnuts is a great opportunity, and it's one of those permanent high-value crops that I think will drive the valley forward. But the hops are doing that for us, and the wine grapes as well already. So in our case, everyone asks, are you going to put in hazelnuts? And I tell them, we don't have room.
This newest venture with Hazelnut Growers of Oregon, I think that's going to be a huge addition to Wilco. And I think it's a kind of a shift in their focus a little bit back to ag, which I think is a good thing. And I think that with Wilco's experience and history and strengths, I think that our part of that, being the hazelnut part of that, is going to thrive and probably be the dominant portion of the industry.
Farming is constantly evolving, whether it's the use of technology. I mean, I can turn on my irrigation system with my telephone now, or I can fly a drone over my hop yard and see how the bugs are affecting my plants or water loss. So, be prepared for things to change. Nothing ever stays the same is my best advice to anyone that wants to get into farming.
A lot of times agriculturalists are humble and they like to stay out of the spotlight and they don't want to get involved in the conflict, or sometimes they would rather complain about it than take the steps to make those changes happen. So everybody's got to take ownership in changing the message that the public gets about agriculture.
Early on, when I got on the board, Doug was the new CEO, and there were some guys on the board who had already kind of established that we needed to be progressive and we needed to be forward-thinking, that things were changing. And the hard part of that is deciding what forward looks like. We worked pretty hard at our planning sessions and preparing for planning, and I think that really helped a lot to decide what direction things should go and then able to react to how things developed.
It was born from a merger 50 years ago with co-ops that wanted to change. And so the whole history of Wilco has been change. And as long as that continues, I think Wilco will succeed.
What can Wilco do better? I can see other areas of our competition where I can see where they can do stuff better. But it's tough when you're working for an outfit and they're changing with the times. They're doing things, I think, probably as good as I can see as being done.
HGO's been working on domestic sales, and most of the other independent growers are still shipping most of all their hazelnuts to foreign countries. But the domestic market has a lot of potential, so the co-op can maybe market those and be able to process them and be more efficient on all of that and help the grower be more profitable.
We have one of our products that we put on hazelnuts that's working phenomenally, and we did some trial work that said this other like product actually could make them more money. And in the end, they said, "Why you bring me this? This other one's working well." I says, "We never want to stop. We know we can always make it a little bit better because we don't, as I've heard many times, God makes it grow and we just tweak it. So we're just trying to find those tweaks all the time."
I see our farm working with Wilco for a long time. The guys, Doug and management, they don't sit around much doing nothing. They're always moving and looking forward.
There's more challenges that the board will face, and but it's a bunch of smart guys on that board, so I'm sure the right decisions will be made.
A customer comes in with what they may seem as a problem, and we get to fix it. We get to help them make their sick chicken well. We get to help them with their first horse purchase. We solve their problems, and that's fun and exciting.
Wilco's future is looking great. I mean, as far as a retail outlet, we hear more and more from the community, from outside the area, that everybody's starting to hear of us, coming to us, and have nothing but good things to say about us.
I see Wilco really thinking about the decisions we make, and we're really strategic in those decisions. And so if we stay, keep our focus on our core values and the focus on the customers, I see Wilco being really hard to beat anywhere in the future. I mean, I think the future is super bright if we stay focused.
I think Wilco, it's very customer oriented. They're looking to not just sell products, but they're there to make your life a little better.
When I first started working here, it was a poorly run company, and we hired Rick Jacobson to take over the CEO of the company, and he laid the foundation for where we are today. And Doug was hired after Rick left, and Doug has just taken off with it along with the board of directors, and we've just been growing ever since. It's drastically different, much better.
The cornerstone behind our business today is the development of our core values, our mission statement, and our vision. We developed that in 2003, 2004, and that has driven our company. It is the namesake to it. It is what employees drive on, and even our vendors. And I think that's what's driven our success.
Wilco seems to be part of my family now. I started with them as a teenager, so I don't see myself walking away from my family.